At the moment we're sailing 6.5 knots. And we're on our way south. And this is Kattegat. Hey sweetheart.
Hey.
What's happening today?
Well, we're working towards the wind, so that's why the engine is running. We're trying to do distance because we do have a pretty tight schedule. The canal took a bit more time than we thought, and also we have some problems with the engine before that. So we're running a bit late and trying to do long distances. Yeah. It's cloudy and windy today.
And of course from the wrong direction.
Yes.
Yes. But the scenery is still quite spectacular. This is Kullen, you said? Yeah. Kullen, meaning the hill. Supposedly a very good dive site. And we are going in that direction. In the direction where you can see sort of no land. We're heading for Karlskrona today. And hopefully we'll get there in the late afternoon. The weather is not getting better. The wind is picking up from the south, and of course we're going south. And like Daniel said, since we're on a time schedule, we have to strive towards the wind.
Morning.
Morning.
So we're sort of southwestern corner of Sweden right now, leaving harbor, Landskrona. And we actually had to wait a while this morning to leave because it's quite foggy. It's clearing up a bit, and let's hope it continues that way. It will be more wind this afternoon though.
This is the bridge that connects Sweden to Denmark. And it's called Öresundsbron, the bridge of Öresund. It's actually quite spectacular. We just passed it, and the height of the bridge where we passed it, I think it was like 48 meters high. Quite cool. This day has turned out much better than we hoped. We thought that we would be sort of striving through the waves again, like we did yesterday. We are going against the wind. The morning started with fog. Now the wind has picked up, but not as much as the forecast said. Our engine, Hector, is working hard. When we went through between Helsingborg on the Swedish side and Helsingör, we noticed that even though we were going approximately 5 knots, we realized that the actual speed was just 2 knots. And then we read in one of our books that the current is really strong there. And now I think we are actually doing 5 knots, even though the wind, like I said, is 9 meters per second. Anyway, our plan is to go to I think it's the westmost side of Sweden. And it's actually a canal again, but without the lock. It's called Canal. And we got the advice to actually go through this canal, even though it's not that far to go around it. But there's so much sand on the bottom that moves around outside of this Falsterbo. So it's actually quite smart to go through the channel or the canal. We still have, I think, at least 7 nautical miles to go. Another cool thing Here is all the windmills, if that's what you call them. It's quite spectacular as well. You can't really see it from here, but they're actually standing in line. So if you pass behind them, it's like a planted forest, sort of. Steering wheel is working, so I don't really have to steer. And here on the seat chart you can see the windmills here. And also, as you can see, there is a boat approaching me. We are the black dot, but he's still like 1 nautical mile away, so there's no risk of collision at the moment. I can actually see it. It's a sailboat as well. Can you see the flag howling in the wind? You might not believe it, but we're actually tied to a pier. And the boat is moving, we are moving, and it's not calm at all.
13 meters per second, and I think it's increased even more.
Yeah.
15?
Yeah. So this is what we will have to sleep in.
Yeah.
You can perhaps see the waves and the boats that are rocking. Anjo is also rocking and singing. Our own rock star. We are at Falsterbo Canal. Tomorrow we will pass through that bridge and then continue our journey towards Karlskrona, which will be our next longer stop. On our way there we'll have to stop at least twice, I think, because we're still quite far away. Yeah, hoping the winds will be with us tomorrow. We're hoping for westerly winds, which is what we have right now, and we think that they will stay westerly for at least a day, which means that we will sail with the wind for a change. This will be good. So good night from us for tonight, and probably see you tomorrow.
Believe it or not, but we have dolphins in Sweden as well.
We have just passed the entrance to Karlskrona, and what you can see as the cloud in the background is fog. We've been traveling through fog all day, and just as we passed the bridge, everything cleared up. Really cool to see. And Karlskrona is the town where Daniel is from, and this is the first time that we see it from the seaside. So it's a good thing that the weather cleared up. Really nice. This citadel is called Good Night. It used to be a lighthouse, and obviously the people who were watching the lighthouses also lived here. Quite isolated. We are approaching the inlet of Karlskrona, and it is showing itself from its good side today. Some wind, but not too bad. Does it feel strange to approach your hometown by sea?
It does, yeah.
Yeah?
I've seen it from land, and years ago I've probably been on a tour boat or whatever. So far from being here with your own boat, just
Feels much nicer, huh?
very much nicer.
Yeah.
Very good.
So what is the plan the upcoming days?
Just go out with a friend and have some food, a couple of drinks, and tomorrow we'll go visiting my parents.
And grocery shopping, right?
And grocery shopping.
Ah,
of course,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, so preparing as well for going up north on the east coast, and probably not stay in a lot of harbors, right?
That's what we're hoping.
Looking forward to putting down the anchor somewhere
By ourselves.
by ourselves.
Yeah. And how many islands are Karlskrona built on? Do you know?
600.
600 islands. So the main center of Karlskrona is actually built on an island called Trossa, right?
Yes.
And this is another island where they have the very famous marine museum. As you can see, there's a part of a ship. If you ask me, a much nicer harbor than Gothenburg or Göteborg. But of course it's also smaller. After pretty much 5 weeks of guest harbors, this is where we ended up. Finally. This is a very narrow, cute little strait that will lead us to Västervik. We're now on the east coast, trying to get back in time for work. Okay, in about 200 meters, we've sailed around the southern part of Sweden, and we've completed the circle.
Yeah, it's about 800 nautical miles later.
6 weeks
6 weeks, yeah.
or 5 weeks.
Yeah. And so that's the black line is our old track when we went into Göta Canal from Mem.
Feels like ages ago.
Yeah, it feels like ages ago.
Today is our first day of sailing since when? About
Way too long.
way too long, about a week or so.
Yeah.
And we've just sailed through the infamous stone door, Stendörren, in 7 knots. We keep sailing for a few more hours and we'll see where we end up. As you know, we are chasing time, hoping to reach Lake Mälaren and perhaps maybe just get 1 day of not moving before we have to go home in time for Daniel's birthday. What? Yeah, this is a great day so far. It's quite windy, but the wind is blowing in our direction this time. We are very happy about that.
So we're back in Mälaren, heading the other direction, so back to harbor this time, after almost exactly 6 weeks. Feels quite strange, to say the least. So how do you feel? Strange. Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want to start working again.
No. And don't want this trip to end either. It's been a bit stressful time-wise, but also a lot of fun and great experience. But other adventures await, so new chapter.
Back to the harbor again after 6 weeks and 900 some nautical miles.